Hello guys, welcome back to the Giveaway Motovlog channel. Unlike the previous video, this video is being shot right now. I mean these days. Today is like the 3rd of October. And in this video I'd like to talk to you about my troubles picking a bike. Yes, you didn't overhear it. I am buying a bike. It's gonna be an adventure touring bike. I just don't know which brand I really want. I'm being torn between BMW's mighty 1200 GS Adventure, built in 2014 with only 10,000 kilometers on the clock. And the second bike is KTM 1290 Super Adventure, built in 2016 with only around 3,500 kilometers, and it's still covered by the warranty. It has 1 year warranty. So sorry. Why do I find it so difficult? Well, the reason is I've been brand loyal to BMW, you know, for many years. I have driven their cars, I have owned their cars. I never owned their bikes, but you know, I don't know. I feel like BMW GS is more of a standard, you know. It's like it's something that all the other manufacturers try to copy, try to mimic, try to build something that will match this German beast. So I've test driven the adventure bike, the KTM one. I haven't ridden the GS. So I want to see the owner maybe today or tomorrow in order to test drive the GS Adventure 2014. It's a great looking bike. I mean, I've seen it, but I haven't really driven it. I understand that both of the bikes are not as agile, as nimble as this van of mine is, but I need them for a purpose. I'm not going to tell you now what I want to do with those bikes, but in the future videos, once I buy it, I'm going to tell you what I am planning to do. This past week I spent looking and reading all these forums, and these YouTube videos comparing these two machines. Obviously both bikes are great, but like anything else in this world, they have their own advantages and disadvantages. For me, the major concern is reliability. I want the machine to be reliable. Both of the bikes seem to be reliable. Another thing is I want to be able to service the bike wherever I go. So dealership network is also a huge factor here. And then the range of aftermarket parts and accessories. I'm sure that I can't find quite a lot of tuning parts for both the KTM and the BMW. What else? I don't really care about the chain versus final without the shaft, so that's not a concern for me. So the biggest concern for me then is being brand loyal, and I read that the BMW's engine is like so torquey, you know, especially in the low end, and it's much simpler to work on in comparison to the KTM's V2. Oh, and yes, of course I like the looks of the GS. I like the ergonomics of all these switches and the buttons on the handlebar. I test rode the KTM, and the ergonomics on that bike are not as good as those on on the BMW. So speaking about the price, now this 2014 GSA with no bags, with no hard cases, with some tuning done from the Touratech and the Winterlift, it costs 18,000 bucks. And the KTM Super Adventure, it has only 4,000 kilometers on the clock. It's under warranty, it's 2016, it has the hard cases, and it has a bunch of other accessories including navigation, dash cameras, and it costs around $17,000, so there is a $1,000 difference. Yeah, of course, the KTM is a no-brainer. It's much cheaper. It's still a great machine. It has the cases. So with the KTM, I don't have to buy anything, absolutely anything for that bike. It's just ready to go. But for the BMW, I would have to buy at least 2 hard cases. Actually, yeah, the 2 hard cases. The navigation wise, it has a preparation for navigation unit. Well, that alone is $1,000. So I don't know if I want to buy that. Maybe for my tour I'm going to use my mobile, my iPhone, so I don't know yet. My wife, for example, she is against the BMW. She says, come on, it's old. Well, it's only 3 years old, but it's in perfect condition. It's only one owner. It was bought from the dealership 2 years ago, and it has only 10,000 kilometers, which is nothing. It has no scratches or anything, so it's perfect. To me, both of them are great. It's just a matter of price and the kit. So yeah, I can talk about this forever. So as you can see, I'm really struggling. It's the beginning of October. I think it's the right season to buy a bike, because in the winter, usually the market for the bikes is very, very passive. So guys, I'd like to hear your thoughts, your comments. Maybe you have some experience riding these 2 bikes, owning these 2 bikes. So please tell me. Help me choose the right bike. I'm the kind of person who gets attached to the bikes or to the cars so badly that I know that I will find it very difficult to part with it in the future. So I want this purchase to be as happy, as reliable as it can be. You guys may wonder what I want to do with my van. I'm definitely keeping it. It's a great little bike that I can't imagine living without, you know, in the city. I commute on this bike all the time. 100% of the time I'm on this bike. It's with me for 3 years and I have no regrets whatsoever buying it. It's just perfect for the city. Look.